Hello everyone. Today we'll do data handling using pandas via Jupyter Notebook. You all need Jupyter Notebook for doing the programming part. So before that, we just know what is our today's agenda. Today's pandas learning agenda is first of all we learn about Python application, then data files life cycle, then more about pandas, then pandas operation in series, then creation and display of series. So last two are the programming part. You need to have the Jupyter notebook on your laptops. So get ready with that. Let's talk more about Python applications. Python always support cross-platform operating system, and with it we had explored lots and lots of applications. So just have a look on the first one, web development. Nowadays, web development is also done with the help of Python, and all these things are included in web development with Python, analytics, bounce rate, landing page content, site traffic, A/B testing, eye tracking, site speed. All these things are only handled by Python nowadays. Now the next one is web scraping. So guys, this is a very new application which are increasing in rate nowadays. It is a technique employed to extract the large amount of data from website and save to our local files. See, it is explained in the diagram. Data taken from the website, web scraping is done and it is arranged in a different types of files, and we are going to use this data in our pandas. Next type is data analysis and visualization. So you can do data analysis and visualization on large amount of data, on huge data. We integrate the data, analyze the data and visualize the data so that others can understand and we can know the trends of the data. Next is where Python is used. So here comes the modules of Python that are used in various applications. See the first one, GUI. GUI making, in GUI making we use TK intermodule. In web framework we use Django. In game development we use Pygame module. In molecular biology we use BioPython. In natural language processing we use NLTK. In data visualization we use Plotly, PyPlot. In scientific computing we use NumPy. See, these all are the Python libraries or modules. Next are the real world applications. You know guys, in the YouTube, Amazon, Netflix, Yahoo, eBay, Facebook, in everything Python are used nowadays. These all are the recommendation systems and we are using Python for better results. Now let's start with the programming part. So for that you must know, for data analysis we have three different types of data structures in pandas. First is series, it is one dimensional data. Second is data frames, these are two dimensional data, means rows and columns. Third one is panel, it is three dimensional data. Actually in this, data frame is a container of series. So series is a kind of a row. And what is data frame? Data frame contain that series. Means there are so many rows in data frames. So panel is a container of data frames. So many data frames made a panel. This is how that data structures move. Now about series. It is actually the one-dimensional array. Array means a group of consecutive values. Consecutive values means the values which are is one after another, like a form of structure, and with homogeneous data of any type. Homogeneous means any type of data you can include in this type of series. So first I have taken the series of marks 90, 98, 88, 73. So what is this? This is the header row and these are the values. These are the data. And 0, 1, 2, 3 is the index number. Clear? So some features of series are, it is homogeneous, as I told you. Any type of data can be held in it. And that type of data becomes an object and it is linear in fashion. Means its structure is very linear. It has linear structure. Okay, and the size is actually immutable here, but the values are mutable. Mutable means you can change the values, means like 90, 98, 88, 73 can be changed, but you cannot change the size one specified. Clear? Next is creating series with list. Now here comes the Jupyter notebook. So you have to do all these on the Jupyter notebooks to understand in a better way. So first one is, we studied list in class 11. So I had created L equals to 10, 20, 30, 40 as the list. And I import pandas as PD. As PD means I am making alias of pandas. So now I am denoting pandas always with PD. You can take any name, but all the programmers try to take PD as the name. So I'll also take PD here. L, again I'll told you, L equals to 10, 20, 30, 40. It means the values of the list. Now I insert all those values of the list in series. Listen children, S is capital here. So PD dot series in bracket L. L is the list. Then the all the data is saved in S1. You have to print it. Print it by a print it S1. When you print, it show all the content there only in the next row, like this. And the data type are always given, and its data type is int 64. Means integer values are there in the series. Clear? Let's see. These are the index number. I told you earlier 0, 1, 2, 3 is the index number. You always going to see the index number. We didn't enter the index number, but index numbers are by default. It appears by default to the screen. Next one are the values. Now it is clear. Values are also known as data here. Next is very important thing. When series are printed, two column always appear. As I told you, first one is indexed. It's normally start from 0 and end at n minus 1. And the second column is values, which is known as data, actual data, which you entered in the list in your example. Clear? Next is creating list with different values. I told you list is homogeneous, series are homogeneous. So I entered the different type of values. See, I have taken integer, I have taken string, I have taken a float value. I inserted all the values in the list braces and inserted into the series. So my statement is pd.series 1030 pandas 7.8 90. Now I put all the values and executed in S. Then print S will show all the values on the screen. And how you can run the values? We can run the values by clicking on the run here. We can also use shift plus enter. It's a shortcut. Okay, guys. So the important thing which you have to see here is the index number again and the values, the actual data. But see, the data type is object. So when we have heterogeneous values, then it will give the actual data type. But if we have homogeneous values, then it will give us the data type as object. Clear? Heterogeneous means similar type of values. Homogeneous means different types of values. So when different types of values are there, it use object as data type. And when similar type of values are there, it will use that data type here. Clear? Next is some of the facts. D type is given by series R. Which type of D types are provided? Which I told you just now. First one is object. When strings or mixed data type values are passed, then the D type is object. When numeric values are passed, the D type is int64 or int32 depending upon your system requirements. When decimal values are passed, it will give float 64 or 32. Clear? Now come to the next thing, that is series creating using range function. You can also create the series via range function. We studied range function in class 11. Range function is going to give the range of values. So if I'll write here range 4, it will give me the values starting from 0 to n minus 1. So it will give the list of values from 0, 1, 2 and 3. Those list of values will go in S3. And when you print S3, the answer is 0, 1, 2, 3. And its index is also similar. See the D type? D type is now int64. Clear? Now, showing values are always mutable. Mutable means changeable. You can change the values. So if I'll write S of 1, it equals to 300. It means I am replacing the value of first place by 300. Then we do print S, it will show me the changed value. Clear? So here are some parameters of series which we give in the brackets. Parameters are those things which we give in the brackets. So series is a function and its parameters are, first one is data, as I had given here. This is data, means range is used to displaying the data. Second one is index. We can change the index numbers with the help of this parameter index. D type, it is going to show us the D type. Then copy, we can copy one list into another by using this copy function. Just have a look. Okay children, now you have to see all the parameters of series. So first one is index. How we use index parameter to change the index number. As I told you earlier, series always display the index number and index number starts with 0, 1, 2, 3 onwards. So if I want to change those index number, I have to use the parameter index here. See, the solution is here. I had written classes 10, 12, 11, 12 and cities names are Ashi, Rashi, Kashi. Now what I want? I want these 10, 11, 12 should be arranged as an index numbers and Ashi, Rashi, Kashi, the cities names will be figured out as an values. So what to do? we have to use this simple statement to do the required thing. PD dot series is a function, values, which values we have to give Ashi, Rashi and Kashi. So I have written here cities is the name of the list. Now I have to change the index numbers. For changing the index number, I have written the parameter index here. Index equals to classes. Now index numbers are renewed and changed to like classes. So the answer when I print S2, the answer is 10, 11, 12. The 0, 0, 1 and 2 by default index numbers are converted into this 10th, 11th, 12th. Clear? See, the data type is object, string and all the other data types. If you use, then it will give D type as object. See the second example. But you have to know this is the index number, remember it. And these are the values. So to change the index number, you have used the index parameter. Clear? Now we are talking about this second output, print S1. So I have created one S1 list. It has values 10, 20, 30, 40. And the index numbers are by default 0, 1, 2, 3. Its data type is again int 64 because all the integer values are there. So now again I want to change the 0, 1, 2, 3 values of index to ABCD. So what I'll use, see this S1 is already created. In this S2 you are creating the S2. So while creating we are using index parameter like this. And here we have already created S1. Now I want to change. So I'll use like this, S1 dot index equals to A comma B comma C comma D. Print S1, then you will see the new indices A, B, C and D. Clear? Now we'll move to the next parameter, that is D type or copy. So first one is print S1. I have already created this S1 with A, B, C and D. The index number and the values are 10, 20, 30, 40. Now see what parameter I have used. I have used S1.D type. It will give me the D type of the S1. The D type of the S1 is int64. It is also shown here. So it will retrieve the same D type. Clear? Now what the copy will do? See, the copy will create the duplicate copy. So I'll written here s1.copy. It will create a duplicate copy and I saved it in DUP. And print duplicate, you will get the duplicate copy in DUP. So one as data is saved in S1 and another data is saved in DUP. Similar data. Clear? And when I print DUP, then the same output will be appear. Now I'll come to the very important part, how to create the series using scalar values. Children, you know scalar values are the single values. Means if the index numbers are 5 and I want only the same values to be inserted in all the indices, so I'll use the series like this. I had written here import pandas as pd.series 5. Now I want to put this 5 scalar value in all the indices from 0 to 5, means 0 to 4. So the answer is this. Clear? The indices are 0 to 4 and the values are 5. So this is known as scalar value, single value, means the same value is inserted in all the indices. Next is if I use index as a parameter here. So how I'll write? A equals to pd.series again 10 I want to insert 10 in A, B and C. So 10 comma indices, index numbers. A, B, C, the values are 10. Clear? So this part is about creating the scalar values only. And the second part is creating the dictionary. And with the help of dictionary, you create the series. So creating dictionary series with dictionaries. Import pandas as PD, pd.series. Again, I had written the dictionary. 1 is to Monday, 2 is to Tuesday, 3 is to Wednesday. Now these series will be inserted into D1 and print D1. The series will be printed here. See here what happened. Index number are automatically changed from 1 to 3. So series are very smart. It will take your key as his index number and your values as its values. Clear? Now the very important thing, the nan value. But before that, just have a revision of the scalar value. The pointer is pointing C. pd.series 5, and we'll get the values with the help index values with the help of range. Second one is again inserting the scalar values and changing the index number. Third one is creating series with the help of dictionary, and when we enter the dictionary, it will automatically take the keys of the dictionary as index and the values of the dictionary as its data value. Clear? And now the last type and very important part is adding nan values. See, nan values are known as here null values. Null means empty. So how will we add nan values? Now data equals to, see here, data equals to, I have written it in the form of dictionary. Now pd.series data, comma, index equals to B, C, D, A. Now it automatically matches the keys with their index number and give you the response. So see, B is to 1. So B reflects 1. It is correct, yes. C reflects 2, 2.0. Then D reflect what? D is not present in the dictionary, but series is very smart. So it will not produce an error. It will give nan value, means null to D. Again A is to 0. So it will give 0.0. Clear? Now see the D type. D type is float 64 because all values are float values, and nan is null, and null is not included. Null means blank. Is it clear? Now creating series with range function. So this is the very important part of series. See here what I have used. I have used this range function for creating the indices, and I have put this range 5 and put it in the series C. So C must have the list of values. So the list of values starting from 0 to 5 means 0 to 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And those 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 values are seen here in the index part. And when I put pd.series, I'll put index equals to C, because I want these C as my index values. So for generating this odd values, what I'll do, I'll put the values like this: 1, 10, 2. So what will happen? Range function will give me odd values starting from 1. Did you remember with these things we did in class 11? Starting from 1, ending at 9, and giving the gap of means step of 2. So the answer is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Clear? So you have to check the index values also, as well as the data values also, to generate this type of data. Clear? So in this way you can generate the table of 2 of any number and give the index number according to you. Clear? Now, with the help of range and for loop, I create a series. PD.series range again 1, 2, 1, 10, 2 means the gap of 2 is given. So the values are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Clear? But now the indices are A, B, C, D, E. How is it so? I have used for loop for I in A, B, C, D, E. So I take A first time, B second time, C third time, D fourth time, and E fifth time, and put it as an index values. So you have to use this type of syntax. Clear? Now, last thing is we have to name the series. Means I have to name the index part as well as the data part individually. So what I'll do? See, I have taken the simple example. PD.series, again 1 is to Monday, 2 is to Tuesday, 3 is to Wednesday. So I have used here name. D1.name equals to weekdays. So data values has weekdays. So the name is weekdays. And now the index values, I want index values to be named as days. So I'll put d1.index.name. So there I keep days. So when I print, before the index values, days is written, and these are the actual data, and it is written here name is to weekdays, means the name of the series is weekdays. Clear? So if you want to name your series, you can name it like that. Data value with the help of name, and index value name with the help of index.name, like this. Clear? You have to remember these two lines. Last and the very important part, your assignment work. Now children, you have to listen, hold the programming part very carefully and attempt this assignment questions for better understanding. So question number 1, write the appropriate statements to do the following. Create a series of numbers. You have to create the list of numbers, these numbers specifically, and then insert it into the series, or you can do direct. Then display the series. You have to display that series by using print statement. Then to change the index value from January to May, you have to change the by default index value. What is the by default index value? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have to change it to January, February, March, April, May. So you must know the syntax. Assign the appropriate names to both the columns of the series, index and values. Just now we have studied. We have to rename the columns. So you can do question 1. Yes. Question 2. Write a statement to create and display series of sales made each day. See the hint, think the question, and do it. Clear? Write question 3. Write a statement that generate a series of odd values with the index A to E index number using range and for loop. This we had done just now. Clear? So get ready with your systems, with your pen, copy, and do the assignment work. Thank you. Happy coding.